up in charts and what am I selling in millions of records and how am I making this? And it's very important to worry about a business, but you first got to make sure that you have an entertainment value to give to somebody. And once you do that, it will reward you with everything else. Everybody now in the day and age we're living in likes to push everything else up in front. Like, am I going to be famous? How many millions am I going to make? Am I going to be so rich? Are people going to see me everywhere? They just keep going to that. And I have to tell you, it's the wrong approach. The approach is you've been gifted with something. You have got a gift. Not everybody can sing. Not everybody can DJ. Not everybody, well, everybody thinks they can DJ now because they just buy a computer and hit the sync button. But that still doesn't mean you're not a program. And that's, again, no diss to anybody. Programming music is, there's DJs who do this throughout the whole thing.
Right.
There's the computer the whole time. They don't even know if anybody DJing. And a lot of them have just preset their set at home. And a lot of people always ask me, so what did you do?
Yours is not, you don't preset. You're literally still doing it to this day.
No, I walk into a room and watch my crowd and go, okay, they want to hear more of this. And even if I'm in a mode and I see let's say I'm watching a crowd and I see them at any point, just,
right.
Like, okay, I really don't like where he's going with this stuff. I make that switch because I'm watching them, you know what I mean? Or maybe they've had enough of what I just played, a few of those, and they want to go somewhere else. But I'm constantly watching my crowd. Whatever, this whole thing, I made this, and this is the 8 songs I'm going to play tonight. No, I don't do that. I play to my crowd. And the most important part is to be prepared before you leave your home, to really, really know
Singers, listen to what's happening here, because you keep, like he said, I want you to zoom in, because had we not been talking about this, he's going to give you a gold nugget. First, take your notes, entertainment value. But he just said something. He said, be prepared before you leave. Why, Georgie? Why?
You got to be prepared for where you're going and the people that are waiting for you. I mean, there's a lot of people out there and they're waiting for you to come and do your thing. So you have to be prepared for whatever that is, because here's the thing. You walk into a place, what happened if the DJ before just blew it up? And blew it up meaning in a bad way, where he ran everybody into the back of the room. Or even on a positive note, maybe he did so well.
Right.
That he just lifted the room here.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to take it up.
Yeah.
You got to be able to say, okay, I like to say this all the time, and I use a football term, is audibles. It's like when the quarterback goes in and goes and he knows what the play is, but then walks in and looks, and he's like, okay, they're gonna sack me. I'm about to eat some dirt real quickly. So, oh no, we're changing. That ain't the play anymore. And they start screaming out another play because they know what's about to happen to them. And that's what makes a great quarterback. That's what gives us phenomenal quarterbacks, are those guys who can literally, in the middle of it, say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Or so as a DJ or a singer or whatever you are, as a performer, that performer just came off and was at 126 BPMs, or she's an R&B artist and she came off on a higher note. She just wailed it all the way out. Yeah. You can't come in and just be like, and I am here. Okay, bye. They're gone.
Okay, but look, I want to sit in on something.
You've convinced yourself that I got to do this. I saw this. I saw a band do this. I saw an artist performing. And they had the crowd here. Yeah. And this artist was going to just come on and sing a song. Yeah. And she was stuck in her mode of doing a Jill Scott record.
No.
That was very, very here. So the other singer had them, I think he had ended up with Earth, Wind, and Fire or something, real tumble. I was like, just everybody, hands up in the air. And in her mind, she should have just said, okay, no, we ain't doing Jill. I'm doing Donna Summer. I'm keeping them here. Okay, and then do a couple, and then you can go bring them down. But don't come in and be the spoiler alert.
But
Don't
you're saying you're right, but you mentioned something, and I think you need to go back to it because people are missing a golden thing. You said you got to be prepared, and all over and over the artists, they want to create or they want to shine, but they don't know how to prepare. So I have literally a question from one of our students specifically in that: what fuels your work ethic? What makes you want to even keep preparing when no one's clapping for you? How do you prepare?
Well, first and foremost, I prepare by whatever the engagement is. So depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm going out to, let's say my gig, because I'm a little bit different in the sense that I've been blessed with the ability to DJ and ability to sing. So if they book me to do both, or they say to me, George, this is a band date, and I got a full band behind me. And I'll give you an example of preparing for something. So yeah. I was doing a show in Chicago at the Pritzker Pavilion. It had to be between, they said, I've heard numbers between 8,000 to 12,000 people had shown up that day for the show. Now, I didn't get to really rehearse with this band outside of 10 minutes.
Right.
That's all I got with them is 10 minutes the day before.
Yeah.
I show up to the gig, and the keyboardist that I had rehearsed with that knew the music was not ready. Why wasn't he ready? Because he didn't show up. He didn't even show up to the gig. I'm not going to go into details of what happened with him. But the bottom line is he don't even show up to the gig. So I'm walking out in the back to the side to go grab my stuff out of my car to come in. Now, where am I going with this is preparation is what allowed me to be able to still perform.
Wow.
So, because this keyboardist did not show up for none of the other artists were getting up there and just everybody kept coming up to like, oh, this band is not working.
Yeah.
Oh, this crowd ain't here. Oh, this ain't this. So now what George had done is I know 10 minutes with them, but those 2 weeks before, I rehearsed with a whole nother band. I was ready for whatever they were going to throw at me. I was ready mentally for whatever I had to do. I was prepared with my music. My music was on lockdown. My vocal was on lockdown. My stage, my ear was present. My ear was ready for whatever was going to be thrown at me. So even to the point when we were rehearsing with my band, I didn't perform with, I told them to throw curveballs at me in the middle of the set.
Serious.
I said, make left turns because I don't know this other band I'm about to be with. I don't know them from nothing. So I have to get up and be raw. So as every artist came off the stage and kept on saying to me, oh my God, this band is not working, blah, 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 blah. They just kept on complaining about everything else. And I just said, no, it's all going to be good. Oh, Georgia, you don't understand. I said, oh, okay. So I sat in the back and waited, and I came on. It was just me and Curtis McLean, who sings Move Your Body, were the last two acts. Mm-hmm. And I came on stage, and I walked out, and I addressed my crowd, and I also told my crowd, I said, give me a second, y'all. And I turned to my band, and I said, we in A minor on this first record, y'all. You ready? Wow. A minor, follow me. I said, this hand is your hand. If I bring it to a close, you come to a close with me. If I said, shut it down. I'm having this conversation on the stage.
Yes.
There's 8 to 12,000 people behind me. Like, what is he doing?
Right.
I told the percussion, I said, percussion won't keep it smooth. I'll tell you when to build it up for me.
Right.
Bass player. Boom, 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 boom. I'm refreshing him on what my bass line is. Keyboards, it's soft chords.
Right. So you're instructing them in the real time.
And I said, and I come to they had a DJ on stage. I said, just give me some really good loop. Give me a fat loop and keep it there. We will start off. Let me get into the thing.
Give me in.
I said, y'all ready? Let's go. Boom. I turn around. I start working the crowd. That only happened because of preparation. I knew the key of the record.
Yeah.
I knew what I had to say. I didn't come up and be like, what key is it in? I don't know. That's you got to know your damn right. It's your record. It's your record. You should know the key of your record. You should know what you need. It's like, and I always tell people, if I tomorrow morning tell you, let's say you make a good red velvet cake, and I say to you, hey, Amanda, yeah, I need you to make that red velvet cake right now.
Again,
You
yeah.
can't just be like, well, no. I need 4 eggs. I need this. I need you're gonna just spit it out. You're just gonna go check. We don't have that, Amanda. It's all right. Do you have this in supplement of that? Because I'm gonna still make this work. I'm gonna give you red velvet cake.
But some of that does just take experience and time. Would you give that to our newer artists? You would say,
without a doubt, experience is very, very important. Experience is very important, but I always believe that practice.
Yeah, you can get the hours in.
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you what happens, and I'm gonna tell you why experience does help in making the show incredible. Okay, but to have a good show with being held when you're being thrown all these different difficulties, having a good show comes down to that preparation. Why? Because here's the thing. If you've made the red velvet cake over and over and over and over, you've stocked that in the subconscious. And that's what people don't understand. At rehearsal, the brain is think of the brain as a computer file. It is saying, okay, I got this. Oh, okay, I got this. Okay. And it keeps on putting this all into this folder. So when you get up on stage in that moment of freaking out, and you're like, oh my God, there's 12,000 people looking at me. Oh my God, I don't know this band. The subconscious says, you know all that rehearsal we did? I got you. So it now starts to goes into that folder back here that's been sitting there and says, okay, when we come to this ad lib, we're going to do this. When we go to this, we're going to do that.
Come on with that thumb.
It starts looking and throwing out it starts to throw out all the files. It starts to boom, 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 boom. So all of a sudden the conscious that is dealing with, oh my God, this band is mine. The keyboard is saying here, there's 12,000 people sitting here. The guy before just bombed. All of those things that the conscious is staring at, the subconscious is like, man, we've been rehearsing for this. We've been rehearsing for this.
So we got my girls. I got my most of my students are females, right? The excuse they always feel in the patriarchal society is, well, I can't be that demanding. I can't say, give me an A and da-da-da. And I'm working them out of that. Can you speak to that dynamic? Do you think there is legitimacy in that?
No, there's no reason why you cannot walk into somebody and say that, you know what, my sweet key, which is somebody like named this, I didn't come up with this, but my milk and honey, somebody else said it to me, and I kept that in my head because I thought that was wonderful. My milk and honey key is A minor or A or B or C, whatever that key is for you. There's nothing wrong. And if a musician is there, a real musician is going to welcome that. It's going to say, oh my gosh, she's giving us some directions, or he's giving us some direction, because they don't know you that well. They're just up to date. They know how to play their instrument. So if you tell them, give them some sort of stuff, and it's not to come up there, and you're not walking up there, and this is the difference. People think that you can walk up to somebody and say, hey guys, please, first of all, hi, my name is, nice to meet you all. Hey, I just want to, I know you guys do your thing. Give them a compliment. Pay them all a compliment. I just heard you all. Y'all sound amazing.
Help them, George.
Give them that compliment to open that door, and then say, can you please put me like in an A minor or a B? This song, I know you have been playing it up higher. Can you come down a little bit for me? Because that would be a sweeter key. And by opening it up, now you walk up on stage and start going, I need an A minor. Yeah, well, they're going to mess your shit up. They're going to make you, you're going to pay for it. But it's about walking up there and humbly saying, hey guys, or hey, not guys, could be girls too. Awesome. Y'all sound, I've been listening to you back there. You sound amazing. Can I please ask for a big favor for me? Can we bring this down to a B or an A or whatever we need to be? Or can we, the tempos, I know y'all been playing at 123. Can we pump this down to 120 a little bit? Can we bring the tempo down for me? Whatever it is that you need, that your comfort level, if this is your little area that you need to be in, you need to be in it. Like I always say, Luther was on a show one time. I'll never forget it. And they had asked the first person, what key? And they blah, 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 blah. Now, Luther was Luther. And Luther said, well, you pick that key and I'll come meet you. You know what I mean? Like he was like, where you want me to be? Because he was that confident. But the other people next to them were like, no, I need to be at A. And he's like, we could sing at an A. And the next person was like, I need to be, okay, we'll come out. I'm good. Like I know when I go out there and I'm dealing with, especially in the dance music, a lot of divas, a lot. And they can sing. So when I came in the thing, I'm very comfortable in my shell of who I am as an artist, as a singer, even a DJ, that you might be like, well, we're going to sing this in G. Okay, let's go. I'm going to come. And I know how to float up and come into the scale. And I know where to come underneath you and curve around you. But that, again, key word, preparation.
So let's
I'm not coming to that room, not have sung a bunch of records in G or in, all the different keys. Men need to tend to, a male vocal needs to tend to be, lower key so you have room to go up.
Yeah.
But I'm fortunate that I can scale all the way up there. Now, I'll come in there and I'll hang with you for a while. Now, I ain't going to give you a 45-minute show up there all night long.
45 minutes. Huh? You know your limitations.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to come and I can hang with you. If we're going to sing Last Dance, Donna Summer, I'm going to come and hang with you. And I'll pipe the notes up. But if you tell me how we're going to do it for a second single, oh, no. I gave you some room there. That was me. I'm cool. Now, let me go back to, and again, knowing where you got to be and how long you can be there for. Vocal.
I know our Zoom, I want to make sure I get these questions in because it will cut off in an hour. You mentioned something about being in your comfortable spaces, how to navigate the uncomfortable spaces. And someone sent the question, how do you approach handling uncomfortable spaces where it doesn't affect your art, your music? You said preparation, but what about the moments where you aren't vibing with someone on stage or you feel insecure in your ability in that moment? What do? You brought in the subconscious. Tell us.
Inward. Everything's inward. I don't care. Listen, any artist, first and foremost, I don't care if the vibe is great or if the vibe is not great, or if you have 1,000 people in front of you, or if you got 100,000 people and they're there for you. You always have to go inward. When I walk up on stage, I'm ready to dump. It's a spiritual dump. I'm already coming to give you a piece of my spirit, my heart. And if you're not willing to sacrifice that, then you don't need to be an artist, period. Stop being an artist today, because you must sacrifice that. You have to be the person who shows up. A lot of artists understand why they have bad shows. They have bad shows because they show up and they say, I'm here, I'm great, you're there. No, I walk in and say, no, I'm here for you, and I'm here to give you a piece of my heart and my spirit right now, and I'm going to dump it on you. And now, if you don't come back with anything, I have to have reserve to get through this 45-minute show and keep dumping and keep dumping. And I've done shows where the crowd just sat there and looked at me like I was crazy the whole night.
Right.
Now, let me show you this. At the end of the night, it wasn't the crowd. That's how they respected an artist. Because when I walked up the stage, they're like, it was unbelievable. You were incredible. And I was just like, where y'all?
To me, yes.
Where were you all for 45 minutes? I've been singing my butt off. Where were you? Why didn't you just give me a hey or something?
Right.
Throw something back at me. Shoot, throw a tomato at me. At least I know you're there. But they were not, that's how they were prone to go see a show. I mean, you go perform in Asia, they sit like this. If you do a show in an arena, in a theater, they sit hands clasped and they just sit there and watch you.
Right.
And they don't do any, there's none of this. There's no screaming. And you're just sitting there going, okay, are they receiving this? Are they receiving it? But you have to be so into, an artist's job is to just pour it out.
That's so good.
Leave it out on the dance floor, on the stage, wherever you are at. Dump it. Let it all out and let them have give them that blessing that you're trying to offer them. The gift is the blessing. You're sharing your blessing with them. Just dump it out. If they receive it, they receive it. If they don't, it's okay. It's okay. And
it's not about, you're saying, being the artist and saying, I'm fantastic. I'm here to receive my validation from you. I'm here to receive, my accolades, your money, your ticket sales. You're not coming like that. You're saying, oh, no, I have a gift to give, and this is a privilege to be before you, and I've prepared to do as much dumping as necessary for my 45-minute set. And even if you don't give me what would make this even better, because I know synergy happens when there's that conversation going back and forth with the audience, but even if you don't give that to me, I am prepared to continue serving you until my time is up. This is huge. Huge. I mean, I hope you all heard why he's able to have a long-term, long-standing career.
Because I don't show up. Here's the thing. I'll tell people like this, and I'll say this, what I deal with in regular life. I don't say I love you so I can get a I love you back.
Ooh, don't go that deep. Don't do this to us, Dr. Phil. We're doing music. That's something you went.
But it's the same. But no, I'm just giving you this. That's the same thing. As an artist, you're not going there. See, that goes back to my original statement. Stop with this. I need 1 million sales. I need to make money. Just give your gift up. And when you give it up, give your gift up. And when you give it up, they will reward you. You will get the accolades. The light will be there. The money will be there. Look, I didn't know. I keep on telling people, because people always ask me, how many number ones you have? How many million records sold? Blah, 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 blah. And I always used to tell me in the beginning, I don't know. I did not know. And it wasn't because I was trying to be pompous. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I wasn't there for that. I had a song that I wrote that I hope touched you. That's it. That was all. Yes, in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you. I made the first. I know
you got young
because I was young, and I made my first record, not understanding what was going on. But I made my first record because I thought I could get more money DJing. That's all. It was like, okay, maybe I'll get an extra $300 DJing. But once I really got out there and realized what God had really given me and the gift, then it was a gift. Like, I just finished writing a song called Thank You. And I have a feeling that, some people be like, oh, it's too, gospel. I don't care. I don't care. Don't buy it. If I touch one human being, one, and that is God himself. If God says, man, thank you for saying thank you, then I won. If two people, but what will end up happening is when you go on that route, you end up touching many. Because you don't know, like I've gotten so many throughout my life, I have gotten people, and especially with social media now, oh my God, it's every single day somebody will write me, you got me through my divorce. You got me through a death. This song helped me, I got my bar exam. I made my bar exam because I listened to Life Goes On throughout the whole night. They kept on playing it over and over and over and over, and it got it. So those moments are what's going to fuel your inside. Yes, you need to know the business end. You need to make sure that you understand what you need to do to make money, to make a living at it. But if you come into it with like, well, I need to make money, I need to be famous, and I need everybody, well, then this is the wrong, don't do that. You're not going to make it. You won't survive.
You're transforming our paradigm. Even for me, it's fantastic. I want to make sure I get these two.
This is iced tea, people. Okay, just go ahead. I just came from the gym, by the way, so y'all know I was at the gym. So I come to.
Let's touch on that because I'm always dealing with them with their health.
6 days a week.
Doing what?
I'm on the Stairmaster for an hour. An hour. I started level. Now I'm very blessed. A decade later, I'm very blessed. I start at level 10 and I end up around 15 or 16. Yeah, I do burn about 1,000 calories in a session. So I really needed some water or something. So I was like, I'm going to treat myself to iced tea. Unsweetened too. Unsweetened.
Are you hearing this? How many times am I talking to you all about your sugar? Am I talking to you about the dairy? I'm talking to you about your rest. I'm saying you're not hydrated. That's why your cortisol. How many times am I saying you can't produce at the level that you need to because your body is not there? Did you just hear? These are the nuggets. People are always looking at Beyonce. They don't realize she's not eating that stuff when she's performing. Her body is clean so that you can hit the notes and you're not slow in energy. I don't want you to miss this because when you're touring or when you're trying to get momentum, if you don't have the energy, do you hear this stuff? This dude is breaking off. Look, I know you all talked about, you have questions that you sent him about niche. He just said, look, I write music that I love. I want him to talk on that because I know a lot of you have concerns about, well, should I write music I love or should I start trying to get towards a niche that exists or that I might fit into? How would you speak to that?
There's different levels now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to become an artist, that's viable in the market. A lot of people have this misconception that they gotta like what I do. Like I'm talking to an artist right now that created a pop record, and it's really pretty much phenomenal. But he really wants to be Wu-Tang Clan. He's a hip hop artist who wrote a complete pop record and can be massive. But on the other side of the fence, he really wants to be Wu-Tang Clan. And I said to him, I said, if you were gifted this record right here that's going to reach masses of people, why would you fight a blessing? I said, I really need to understand this. Why are you fighting a blessing? So in other words, God brings you 10 million people love you for what you do. Wow. But no, I got to be real because I got to keep 6 of my friends happy. Or 12 of my friends in my around me who say, oh, yeah, you the greatest. No, I don't really care about what you think about your 12. Are you buying 12 of my friends half the time, they ain't going to buy my record. I hate to say it. They want it for free. They want to come to the show for free. They want to ride in a limo for free. They free. They free, send me free. That's what they're at. They're on the free thing, okay? They're on the free. Can we get some free? So, no, I don't look at my friends for that stuff because I know they, like, they're not my audience. And so, what do I say to you? You have to go after and I'll give you an example. Like a lot of people look at what happened to let's use Macklemore. Macklemore came out with a huge record.
Yeah.
Again, brain fighting. Well, I got to be hip hop. I want to be hip hop. I need to be accepted by the hip hop people. So he put out a whole nother album that did because he was desperate to get validated by people who will not validate him. They don't care. Realized it, ran back in the studio, cost him his partnership with his friend, and did that ballad right now. Well, ballad slash record with that girl singing the hook back in the mainstream, back on the radio, back in front of his people that love him. So my word to you would be, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Did you, are y'all listening? Did you write it down?
Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. So in other words, if I make a record and they go crazy for me, I'm gonna go do that. Now, I'm not gonna go into the market that don't want something and say, but they gotta like me. Well, okay, you best of luck to you. You and your 12 people will be coming to your shows forever. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you cool with that as a career, because you're not gonna be a career, it's gonna be a part-time gig.
Remember, but then, so what you're saying is, and I feel you because it's a big deal. We are doing this because our students want a career at this. They want to make a living at this. That's a big deal. But you are saying,
McDonald's added a salad to their menu. Why? Because people became health conscious. So they had to show up to the party. They took the French fries in the Happy Meal for the kids and said, we'll give you some apples. Right. We'll give you some yogurt. Why? Because the market was saying, we need this. So if you go look at the market of today and you see on radio, the Ed Sheerans, the Kelly Clarksons, help me with names. Give me some names. I mean, even on the R&B side, even on the R&B side, whoever you're going up to, let's even go something. Let's say you're a rapper and this trap thing is your thing, or it's not your thing, but you know how big that trap is right now. You're going to have to go out there and do these trap records. And you better be ready to give them a little mumbling in there because that's what the crowd is doing. And it's not that you're giving into that, but just give up of your mumble, make your mumble the bomb. Because that's what they're doing. I'm sorry. That's not a diss. It's the truth.
No, it is. Truth is true. That's
4 words. If anybody can figure out 4 words, I'll give you $100. Because you ain't figuring out no damn words of none of these shits. So, but I would go into the markets. That doesn't mean you got to go and copy their stuff, but understand what the market is dictating. If in the Latin market, let's face it, it used to be a point. Let's look at the Latin market. There was a point where it was salsa, and it was merengue, and it was bachata, and that stuff. And now reggaeton came in and kicked that butt. But then Latin trap said, move over. We here now. We holding this down. Latin trap is the biggest thing out there. So if you're going to go into the market right this second, in the Latin market, if you ain't trying to be somewhere in the Latin market doing some Latin trap, that doesn't mean you can't go out there and have a good salsa career. You'll go out there, you'll play gigs, you'll make your $150, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you'll go out there. But if you are looking to be Bad Bunny, that big, because Bad Bunny is running the whole Latin trap thing on the Latin side, he is the word. So if you want to be Bad Bunny, you better look at what Bad Bunny's doing, because he's got a market, and the market is dictating it. Let's look on the hip hop side. Let's look at hip hop. Look at and when I say this, I'm not a fan of where it's going, but it's the truth. Look at Cardi B.
Yeah, right.
You know, I don't see me personally, I don't see it, but it doesn't matter what I see. Right. The audience is going, they're showing up, and she sells out everywhere where she goes.
But this is my question. This is why I want to do
everything on that level.
Yeah, but there's a tension here. And I want to make sure that you help us navigate it. You were just saying, which is legitimate. Look, I don't care if nobody but God like my song, Thank You. I'm doing Thank You because it came right in my heart, and I'm going to pull, right? And I know artists who are like, look, I'm about being authentic to my sound, and this is what I want to give. And I'm trying, right? And then there's this other edge of, like you're saying, well, hey, you got to.
George is 26 years into a career.
So you're saying at the beginning, that's not what you did.
30 years into a career. I have an established audience. I have millions of people around the world who like a Georgie. So out of my, right now at this point, yeah, I'm going to do this Thank You record. Gotcha. And I can guarantee you, out of all my millions of fans out there, maybe I don't get them all on this one. Maybe I do. But I know I can at least go into my pool and bring something back. In the beginning, I gave them what they wanted. I came in, I gave them what I was feeling, but I also knew that I watched the market. In the beginning, if you go to my early records, like Let the Music Pump You Up, that got signed to Warner Brothers, that whole record was very much, if you go back to those days, like it felt like it belonged in the whole Pump Up the Jam and that whole feeling. Like, in other words, I knew the market, and I said, okay, this is where the market. When I sat down and wrote Let the Music Pump You Up, which sold tons and tons of records, I'm going way back now.
Yeah.
The whole market, I was listening to the record. The guy who actually signed me is the record that I was listening to in my studio that gave me inspiration, which was Kathy Dennis, was Pump Up the Jam, which was a guy named Daniel Poku, which is his real name, Danny D, who did D-Mob and Kathy Dennis. And I know some people might not know this, and it's okay.
Okay, give them history.
But that's what I was in my heart. I loved the music, and that's what I went in the studio to kind of create. And guess what? The universe said, okay, you're going for the right audience. And maybe today I can explain it better and understand and give it a business.
Right.
I can give you a business of attack and marketing and management. But back then, I was just in love with the.
Uh-oh. They're calling on you.
Why is he calling? Well, why would you call? People are killing me. Oh.
That's okay. We'll edit. Hey, look, I know this will cut off in 7 minutes, so I want to get this question in for sure from you. People, you said, like, you literally said one of these questions. You said, follow the money, right? So there is a question here where someone said, okay, well, what does that mean by follow the money literally now in the digital market? Where is the money at? And, you know, people are having questions, but should it be in content with like Facebook having their thing? Should they be like trying to do with advertisement? Should they stick with, like you said, this Cardi B sound and be trying to, where's the money at and how do they market themselves?
So first of all, you got to ask what the market's in need of. So there's some Cardi B over here. There's some house over here.
More Cardi, more house.
Sharon and that whole ballad and
right.
Charlie Puth and all that. Then you come over here and there's Sam Smith that's really owning the R&B market right now as far as R&B radio, playing a white guy. I mean, and I'm not saying it, but where I'm going with that is that there's a market. So you say to yourself, okay, you know, where would I fit in? Where can I go in? Because remember now, radio works like this. I'm going to use my little one of these. Radio works like this. We take one out, we put one in.
So you're saying I get that. We're going to move past that a little bit and actually get into the actual monetizing of the gifts. You're saying, first of all, you have to be on radio for money to take place in a larger scale. Are you saying that you need to be able to get to radio, whether it's being signed or whatever?
I'm just saying, just to get into the market share. Yes, radio is your end goal, but here's the thing. It's the baby step. It's crawl, walk, run. So if I want to have radio down the road with Sam Smith type of sound, I got to start making some Sam Smith type of thing and try to get into that audience. And in the day and age we're living in, you can't tell me you can't. There's tons of social media all over the place. You can get up every night and start singing a song in that area and develop a thing. There's people right now. There's a group that I saw in Australia that I absolutely think is brilliant. It's just a guy with his 3 sisters, and they sit on the couch and strumming away. But they're playing. They've been doing that. It's very cool. So they're trying to be in the Ed Sheeran, Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
They're giving that feel. But they were smart. They took old R&B cuts and they're remaking them. And just strong cut.
Same formula.
Boom.
On the couch.
Boom. Cut. And singing a song. And now all of a sudden they're getting followers. And people start to build that base. Again, I had a conversation with somebody. You got to build a brand. Like somebody told me, so you need to put out singles? I said, to be an artist? I said, does McDonald's need to sell burgers to be McDonald's?
Please don't do that.
Does American Airlines need to have flights in the air to be an airline? Does, you know what I mean? And no, I'm being serious with you on this because people have this whole, like, like there's a disconnection of, because they get caught, you know what they do? They get caught up in these damn lights.
Help us.
It's like I'm watching you right now, and I know you put a nice little light on the right side of your cheek, and it looks great on you, but it ain't about the light. It really isn't about all this stuff. The same thing, I got a light here that's making this all look really good. It's doing nice. I can see it here, but it ain't about that light. It ain't about the light. No, it's about I have to have, because when the light is away, when the light's gone, what do I got to do? I still got to go make a goddamn song, and I got to get it to people. I got to reach the people in the world. I got to get out there and talk to them. I got to reach them. I got to get out there and shake their hands and kiss the babies and set up the shows and create a fan base that's going to go, you know, I like him. I like him.
You can't be shy. You can't be an introvert. You can't, no.
I mean, Ed Sheeran, what people don't know, I'll give you like one story. I'm not going to go into many stories, but like Ed Sheeran slept on Jamie Foxx's couch for months.
I didn't know that.
And he knew Jamie Foxx.
No way.
Jamie Foxx was Jamie Foxx. Do you know how Jamie Foxx gets on? Kanye West.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx knew Ed Sheeran, had him sleeping in his home on a couch for months on end. It was him pounding the pavement in LA, pounding the pavement, doing open mics, doing everything. And then finally somebody said, and this is the truth, this is how he really, and when I say he breaks, he worked a lot before the break point.
Yeah,
okay?
Help us.
A lot.
Yeah.
So you come up to that one day where somebody introduced him to Elton John and said, Elton, this guy's really good, man. He's really good. And Elton says, I want to hear him. And Elton heard him and said, you know what? He could do the Grammys with me. Now I'm going to show you something. So he calls up Elton's people, not Elton. Elton's people call up the Grammys and said, yeah, Elton's performing, and he's bringing a new kid named Ed Sheeran on to perform with him. And they said, no, just Elton John.
Right.
And then they went back to Elton. They said no to Ed Sheeran, and Elton John said, and you tell them I say no to them. I'm not coming. Thanks. Have a nice day. And so they went back and said, Elton's not coming. And they said, where does he want Ed Sheeran to stand? Like, is it to the right of the keyboard or to the left? And then all of a sudden, we all get up one night and watch the Grammys, and this kid comes out there with all his crazy hair, and he plays his guitar.
No.
And he sang the heck out of that song that night, and in that moment, we, the public, got to see him. But to bring this in full circle, it was his preparation.
It was his preparation.
For months and years that allowed him to be ready for that moment out there. So Ed had written tons of songs. Ed had said to himself, I need to be in this thing. And he was writing for other people. But what broke him? Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth Charlie Puth was writing everybody. Charlie Puth would sit in front of the major labels and wait for the A&R to come in and say, here's my USB stick, please. And he said, no, son. Finally, he just kept and wouldn't stop performing out there, doing stuff on his YouTube page, doing stuff on his Facebook, on his social media. Look at me, I'm Charlie Puth. I'm here. Hey, hi, I'm doing this. Videotaping himself. Hey, I'm singing this song right now. And built. And then all of a sudden, somebody said, Wiz Khalifa's looking for a record. And he just happened to have this little record with a great chorus. And he does, and Wiz Khalifa says, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna do the rap, you do the singing, the little chorus part. And then the same labels that had said, no, keep your USB stick, they said, do you have any more records? Because he was the biggest thing on radio. And he said, yes, I happen to have all of these.
All of these. I got to stop you because I don't want our thing to cut off on you here at 2:59. You obviously see this man as a wealth of knowledge. He could go on forever. This is decades. What we are getting is he is literally condensing your learning curve. If you were not literally writing as fast as you can, you know this is now video, so you can go back, shorten your path, learn from. He dropped so many nuggets for me. I know you all should be bursting from the seams so that you can understand the real way that this has happened for him and it's happening in the industry. Let's get off our limelights. Let's get off of the la-la land. Let's come off Snapchat world. Let's stop thinking it's going to be instant. Let's put the work ethic in, like he said. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's know our keys. Let's know our temples, yeah? And if you do the work, this is what he told you. He's living it and he knows his people. Look him up. He's doing it today. This is not like some people who you'll hear from who are, they're not doing it anymore. He's still doing it. And if you put the work
and on a huge level, and I say this, I'm just saying one more thing, literally, so you guys can know, I'm still, I just finished signing somebody who's on 2 massive TV shows, big TV shows on regular stuff that you go watch at home, and you'll hear about them in March. So the reality is, but I do my homework. It's Sunday at 3:00 and I'm doing work.
We're working.
And we're working. That's the difference now. That's the difference. Even on a Sunday, I'm working. If you really want something, go out and get it. The last piece of nugget I'm going to leave with you all is really important. This is this is the most important thing I can ever share everybody.
I'm listening, huh?
This one you got to write down, okay? Music.
Wow.
Very, very important. This thing, I don't care if it cuts it off or not. I don't know if y'all could see that. I'm going to come into it. Music business.
Yes.
What word is bigger?
Business.
It's a business. Know your business. Know how you're going to brand yourself. What you're going to do. Who is going to be on the receiving end of my music? What am I doing? How am I going to go out there and do it? Music business. Yes, I need to know my music. Yes, I need to prepare. Yes, I do. But I need to know my business, meaning, okay, I got to create a brand. Because that's what they all are now. They're artists with a brand, a big brand. The difference between anybody, I always say, between you and Beyonce, and I really mean this, any of you watching, the difference between you and Beyonce has a huge brand.
But how did she get there? When you look at her life, though, it was a lot of work. Her father who pushed her, yeah.
Put the work in, and they put out records that the market wanted. And then when she got where she's at today, and really think about this, the last 2 albums, just the fans are really loving it.
Yes.
Just her depth fans.
Yeah.
What broke her were all the single ladies. She gave the market what it needed. It gave the market what it needed.
Help us.
Put your hands up. She gave everybody what they needed. And she fed the machine. And then after she became ruling diva of the world, she came back and she said, guess what? I'm going to do some other stuff that I like to do. And that's okay. And I guarantee you mark my words.
Wow.
Okay, the next album or the album after, she will return back to all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Why? Because you can only write that so far. Prince.
It's true.
Prince. Purple Rain. Then he went left and went way left and way left And when he left, and he was mad at the world, but nobody around him had the guts to say, Prince, please give us a controversy. Give us a don't. That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to dance again with him.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted to do. All he had to do was give him one record to the left. But again, he got stuck in that I'm a brand and I don't need to give anybody anything I want. That's okay. And you will always have your little fan base who loves you. So you can sell 1 million copies, but then you start to go, why are they not receiving me? Why am I not on radio? And then you start to be like, oh, they're holding me back. No, you ain't giving them what they want. If McDonald's takes away the Big Mac tomorrow morning, you love the Big Mac, you ain't going to McDonald's anymore. Very simple. Very simple. It's very simple. Take it out of music and look at other brands always. Because music and the light clouds everybody's frame of mind. And I'm seeing this. I have to say that. I see this more and more today. People are very clouded by the lights and the music. Just look at another brand, Amazon. What did they do? They consistently deliver. Consistently. They give you what you want. You go on Amazon, I've walked into Home Depot to buy something and they didn't have what I want. And I'm on my phone in Home Depot going, okay, they'll be here tomorrow. And and then the big box stores going, oh, we're closing because no, I just came. I got my money in my pocket ready to give it to you, but you're not giving me what I need.
Ooh, it's so true.
Like, oh no, we got what you want. We got everything you want and then some. Oh, you want earplugs? What type do you want? Red ones, blue ones, green ones, yellow ones, blah, blah, They got you want them deep in? Do you want them out? Do you want them to talk?
Stop.
Because what they're giving you, and this is the last thing, because they're giving you what you need. So find an audience.
Right.
That you think you can fit in.
Yeah.
That could be your family.
Yeah.
And give them what they need and give them your perspective of that. Give them your way of writing it. Give them your vocal abilities. Give them a piece of your heart and your spirit within what you're doing, and then they will receive it. And you never know. You might have went just to give it off to hear this group, and these people over here like, no, we like that too. Mm-hmm. And the group over here says, oh no, we like it too. And now all of a sudden you got a lot of people loving you. And that's happened many times. Kelly went to go pop. The country people said, oh no, we like you, Kelly. Come on. Now she has country albums and she's done, you get what I'm saying? So all of a sudden you went to just give out your heart to just the pop. And the country said, no, we like you too. Mm-hmm. And you'll never know who's going to, look at Sam Smith. He really just went to go to pop. And whoever knew that R&B radio around the country would just be like, Sam Smith, can't play enough of it. So that all of that is possible. Create that brand, build your brand, work hard, build your brand, find the music, find that niche that people are ready to receive. Don't make something that doesn't exist out there. And you can do that. You can create this, somebody sent me something, last thing. I promise the last thing. A gentleman just sent me a record and said, oh, I'm creating Afro hop. I said, okay, I hope that somebody's out there to receive it. So he went out there and he came back and goes, I just don't understand why they're not getting it. I said, because you're trying to give them something that they don't even know what it is. They don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. Sushi with some lasagna mixed together. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to skip that meal. That's the meal I'm gonna do 1,000. I'll go to the gym. I'm not gonna be there for the sushi lasagna dish.
Right.
Oh,
that's good. There are so many clips. I am excited about this. I'm grateful. Right. You are the best. Everyone, I wish I could hear his claps. They will get to tomorrow, and I will make sure we edit, make it cut and clean so the whole world hears your genius. This is brilliant. And one thing we have all been, I've been in the rooms of people complaining, no one comes back and teaches. No one comes back and tell us. It's all so vague. So now no one has an excuse. You have heard from Georgie Porgy himself, still making millions, still selling albums, still signing artists. You're welcome. We're gonna start recording.
Love you all very, very much. God bless you. I wish you all great success, unbelievable success. May you all be massive. May I be buying your records. I won't come to your concerts.
Hi.
God bless you all. Love y'all.
Love you.
Peace. Bye. Cheerios.